Sonic and Sally was the third episode of SatAM to air on TV. Sonic, Sally and Bunny are in Robotropolis planning to infiltrate one of Robotnik's factories. It's never really explained exactly what their plan is, other than they all have to go in separate directions to do different things. Sonic is able to break into a SWATbot factory by taking out a security camera, and apparently the debris of the camera falling next to them makes the SWATbots think they have to run off in the opposite direction. I guess these SWATbots aren't too bright. Meanwhile, Bunny reaches a switch in the factory. A security bot detects her, but the SWATbots ignore it, dismissing it as interference. Like I said, these SWATbots aren't too bright. Sonic plants some beacons, I think, and is able to escape the factory using a power ring. Sally, meanwhile, who doesn't appear to have contributed anything to this plan, is captured by two SWATbots, despite being fairly well hidden. The SWATbots have redeemed themselves. Maybe they were just in a capture Sally mood today. Bunny and Sonic arrive back in Knothole. When Sonic sees that Sally is missing, he plans to head back, but Bunny tells him he can't go without a power ring. I don't know if I really like this strategy of not checking everyone is okay until you're already back in Knothole. Wouldn't you want to know as soon as possible when someone is captured? I mean, for all they know, Sally could be dead by now. Meanwhile, Robotnik has apparently been planning on capturing Sally for a while, since he has a robot of her already built, with, according to Snively, enough memory to duplicate human complexity. So, Sally's human now? Okay. A quick scan of Sally and a recording of her voice gives the robot Sally's appearance and voice, and a scan of her brain recreates her personality. Though, as we will see, it apparently doesn't possess a lot of her memories. Sonic is getting tired of waiting for a power ring, and quite frankly, I don't blame him. It was night when Bunny told him he needed one, now it's day, so he has to have been waiting for a good few hours at least. Like I said, the longer Sally is missing, the higher the possibility that she's already dead. We saw in the previous episode what can happen if Sonic takes too long to rescue someone. Should there be a bit more urgency here? Eventually, a ring comes, and Sonic heads out. Robotnik sets up traps for him, even though he wants Sonic to get in to rescue the robot Sally, saying, "We can't make it too easy." I don't know, Robotnik, you seemed to make it fairly easy last time. He reaches the cell where Robot Sally is being held. He is able to call off the SWATbots guarding it by, and I'm not kidding here, impersonating Robotnik's voice by talking into a coffee cup. He then uses the same technique to break into Robot Sally's cell. Even though the security bot asks for a handprint, he just talks some more and it opens for him. Okay, I know Robotnik wants him to rescue the robot Sally, but like he said, you can't make it too easy, otherwise he'll smell a rat. Why would Sonic even think that something like this would fool a computer? So anyway, Sonic and the robot Sally make it back to Knothole, where Tails instantly becomes suspicious of the robot due to her not kissing him in the normal way, and the less than enthusiastic way she reads him a bedtime story. Meanwhile, Robotnik plans to roboticize Sally. Tails becomes convinced that the robot is not actually Sally when he sees it scanning some of the houses in Knothole and flashing red lights from her eyes. Yeah, to be fair, unless I was on LSD, I think I'd be suspicious of someone if I saw them doing that. The next day, the three of them plan to head out to finish the job of detonating the SWATbot factory. Oh, so that's what they were doing at the beginning of the episode. Wait, so those are explosives that Sonic planted that were meant to destroy the whole factory? They must be pretty powerful for such small things. They also find that some of the crops have been ruined. I would assume the robot Sally ruined them in some way, although they never make it all that clear exactly how or why. And this never actually leads to anything, so I don't really get the point of this bit. Before they head out, Tails tells Sonic about how he doesn't think the robot is Sally, because of the way she kissed him and the way she read him a bedtime story. Tails, isn't there a more important detail you're not disclosing here? Okay, so he does mention that after Sonic tries to dismiss the other stuff as Sally just being stressed. But Sonic says he's just had a bad dream. This actually does make sense. Sonic has never been the type to spend much time thinking about things for too long, and Tails is kind of a naive kid at this point. It's not like Sonic witnessed any of these things for himself, and as we will see, he does take in what Tails has said, he just doesn't think anything of it at this point. It's also an interesting window into the way that Tails understands Sally better than Sonic does. Shortly after arriving in Robotropolis, Sonic apparently has started getting his own suspicions about the robot, because he tests it by doing the little do-it-to-it thing he and Sally did at the beginning of the episode. But instead of ending it with a thumbs up, he ends it with a thumbs down. When the robot doesn't pick up on this, he concludes that it's not Sally, and the robot makes a run for it. Hey Sonic, maybe it would have been worth not letting on that you knew it wasn't Sally. The robot is apparently pretty well equipped with lasers in its fingers and super glue. Eventually, Sonic is able to shut it down by using his power ring to make it dizzy? Rotor is able to reprogram the robot to tell them that Sally is about to be roboticized. How would the robot even know that? Sonic takes it into Robotnik's lab, while Bunny and Rotor take care of the SWATbot factory. By exploiting the SWATbot's stupidity once again... What? A rock? I've never seen one of those before! Bunny and Rotor steal a pod and escape. By using an open steam vent as a distraction, Sonic is able to switch the real Sally for the robot just before she is roboticized, and Snibbly roboticizes the robot instead. So can you actually roboticize a robot? I guess we'll find out. The factory is destroyed, and the robot is apparently now working for the Freedom Fighters as it starts destroying everything in sight. I don't know about you, Sonic, but I think this thing might have been worth holding on to. Anyway, they all make it back to Knothole, and Tails is overjoyed to have the real Sally back. It seems Sonic still has his doubts, though. Overall, this episode was pretty good. We get a story that focuses on something more than just a typical Freedom Fighter mission for once, and it raises some interesting questions about trust. It's also great to see Tails play a major role for once. Unlike Nostalgia Critic, I hated how much this character was downplayed in the show. I liked the way he wasn't Sonic's sidekick like he was in the games, but more of his apprentice. The big brother little brother type relationship he has with Sonic, and the mother-son type relationship he has with Sally, were things I always wanted to see more of, but due to the show getting cancelled when it did, they never really got the chance to explore it. But this episode at least gives us something. By being the one to spot that the robot isn't Sally, Tails essentially saves the day. The only thing I would question is how the robot could have some of Sally's memories and personality, but still be missing enough that it becomes suspicious. Sonic and Sally gets an 8 out of 10.